Soul Sacrifice, Archfiend, Cat Sith. There was a small kingdom in it lived the mischievous prince. He was the apple of his parents' eye, and no luxury was spared on him. The prince, however, felt nothing but pressure from their lavish attention. He took every chance to slip away from the dull old castle and down into the city, for it was freedom alone that he craved. The city folk knew his face well, though, so it was never long before he was discovered and whisked back home. On one such day, the prince was walking the city's back alleys when he found a small kitten. After feeding the animal on a whim, the prince found the young cat followed him. Not long after, he was spotted by a guard and returned to the castle. That evening, he heard the crying of a cat from outside his bedchamber window. He opened the glass and peered down to find the same cat he'd fed, waiting for him below. The boy lifted the kitten up into his arms and brought it inside. He desperately wanted some respite from the boring existence doled out to him. From that day on, the prince kept the cat in secret. Of course, a mere cat would not provide the dramatic change he sought. But he had wanted a conversation partner, and the kitten proved a patient listener. Better yet, the boy could vent all of his frustration, even those unfit for human ears. Things like, "I'd wish I'd never been born a prince." For as long as the prince spoke, the kitten sat still, licking at the boy's hand. It was as if the beast were offering a reassuring caress. Before long, the prince came to notice something as he gazed upon his pet. He envied the kitten. It was free to live as it chose, as the boy so longed to be. The curious pair's secret friendship continued for a spell, until the day what the boy feared above all else came to pass. The king was struck down by a sudden illness. From his deathbed, the monarch spoke, "I cede my throne to my son, the prince." The prince shut himself in his room, head clutched in his hands. "I have no desire to rule. I never wanted the throne." His thoughts were interrupted by a soft licking at his hand. "If I could be reborn, I wish I could be as you, my little friend." Shocking, is it not? That royal, heir to the most enviable social status, would himself be envious of a lowly cat. As if in echo, a strange voice rang out. Before the boy king, a curious white chalice appeared. The object spoke. "Offer up a fitting sacrifice, and you shall have your wish." Despite the strangeness of the sight before him, the prince knew the words to be true. If he obeyed, he would be free. The boy searched around him for an offering. At his side sat the cat, still loyally lapping at his hand. The same cat that had listened, ever faithfully, to all the boy's woes, that had always been there to comfort him. The sacrifice needed to be something of equal value to his wish. Only by giving up something of equal worth would he win his freedom. How long the battle raged within his conscience, if at all, only the boy king could say. But in the end, he offered up his small companion. Instantly, a change overtook the boy's body. Cat's fur sprouted from his skin, cat's fangs from his jaw, cat's claws from his fingertips. He had been reborn, just as he'd asked. His body felt light, as if he could spring for leagues and never tire. This was proof for the freedom he'd grasped. The former prince unlatched his window and leapt out into the night. As a night breeze caressed his cheek, he realized he could feel tears track down his face. A faint sense of loss crept into his mind, but he knew not why. This feeling too vanished by the time his tears dried. There was no one to tie him down now and give up a fearsome roar of joy up to the moon. They say no citizen of that kingdom ever saw their prince again.